Hi there, everybody. Coming to you live from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, where the boys' state semifinals here in the capital city are officially in the books. Omaha South tonight in the semifinals for the sixth time in the last 7 seasons. The Packers playing Lincoln North Star tonight here at PBA. 2020 Husker commit Donovan Williams and the Gators coming off that win over Creighton Prep. Time winding down in the third. Omaha South's Tavion Anderson beats the buzzer. Packers up 11 after 3. Omaha South dance team excited over that. Fourth quarter, more Packers. Jay Saunders, the hoop and the harm. Omaha South up 12. Saunders fired up after that. Later in the fourth, after Gators cut the deficit down to 3, it's Ty Griggs for 2. As Omaha South hangs on 59-54, the Packers back in the title game for the first time in 3 years.
To be doubted the way we are, to know the work that we put in, just to rally as a family, it means the world to be back in the state championship again for the South.
In the late game at PBA, top-seeded Bellevue West facing Omaha Central. The T-Birds took the first meeting this year by 15. Tonight, a different story. First quarter, Eagles face Son Germany for 3. Central up 6 early. Coach Woodard at a loss for words. Later in the first, more Eagles. Latrell Wrightsell. The pull-up jumper is good. Central up 15-7, looking good early on. Late in the first quarter, T-Birds coming back with Chucky Hepburn. Gets the hoop and the hat, cuts the Bell West deficit down to 5. Eric Barron's giving the refs the business. Second quarter, though, Eagles really start to soar. Wrightsell ahead to Max Polk, who finishes this one all Central as the Eagles defeat Bellevue West 71-57. So tomorrow night here, starting at 6:30 p.m., it's an all-OPS final for the Class A championship. Omaha South squaring off against Omaha Central. Let's move over to Class B now, where earlier today, Omaha Scott Catholic could earn its second straight trip to the championship game. The Skyhawks facing a Pius squad it lost to by 3 earlier this season. Scott got revenge yesterday against York. Skyhawks trying to do the same today against the top-seeded Bolts. Fourth quarter, Scott's Charles Fletcher getting it done, the bucket and the bruise. Skyhawks still down 1. Scott student section, though, definitely into it. Later in the fourth quarter, it's Tyson Gordon giving the Skyhawks a 52-51 lead. The game would go into overtime in OT. Charlie Easley gets the roll, puts the Bolts up 1. Coach Juergens still focused. Later in OT, future Husker football walk-on Austin Jablonski for 2. Pius would hit its free throws down the stretch and eliminate Omaha Scott 62-59. in overtime. And then in the other Class B semifinal, Roncalli meeting Aurora. Crimson Pride going for their first title game appearance in 23 years. Third quarter, Roncalli's Jack Dotzler with the 3. Crimson Pride up 5 at that point. Roncalli's student section going bonkers. Late in the fourth, Aurora's Bailey Shireman, the dunk. He had 37 points. Huskies up 3. But the Crimson Pride have the answer in the form of Taden Red. He hits the triple. We're tied at 50. We're going to overtime. And then in OT, Roncalli down 3 again. And again, it's Red coming through with the 3. We'd go to a second overtime in double OT, tied at 65. The Crimson Pride's Mitch Hines hitting from deep. Roncalli never trails after that. Crimson Pride will play for a state title tomorrow after a 75-66 win in double overtime.
Our coaches all year said we have a chance to do this. Our point guard Jack said we have a chance to do this. So we all got faith in it and we fought hard, well deserved. It was fun.
Class C1 semifinals, Auburn facing Wahoo. The Bulldogs going for their first ever trip to the title game. Time winding down third quarter. Auburn's Brody Darnell with the steal, beats the buzzer. He's fired up. Bulldogs up by 7. Then in the fourth quarter, it's Auburn's Cam Binder drives in. He would hit 2 of his 18 points on this play. And for the first time in program history, Auburn will play for a boys state basketball championship after knocking out last year's champ 59-46.
I think it brings some excitement. I think hopefully kids will play more in the off season and really like basketball and want to be good as a little kid, so we can do this every year. We always say ignite kids to love the game. If you win a lot, they will want to be a part of it.
So Auburn getting the winner of North Bend Central and Ogallala. NBC earning its first win at state in 92 years Thursday. Third quarter, NBC's Austin Endorf for 3. Tigers take a double-digit lead. NBC trying to drum up a victory. Fourth quarter now, more from the Tigers. Tanner Wheatfeld gets the hoop and the harm. He finished with 26 points, and for the first time in 93 years, North Bend Central will play for a state title. 66-44 the final.
We did a lot of stuff together as a team in the summer to kind of grow and bond together, and I don't think they're shocked. I suppose some other people might be, but they felt pretty confident coming in.
Class C2, UTAN taking on Ponca. The Chieftains going for their first championship game appearance in 40 years. Second quarter, the Chieftains' Colby Takota for 2 puts UTAN up by 7. Chieftain cheerleaders definitely a fan of that. Later in the second, it's Brady Tim with the 2 and the tattoo. UTAN eliminates the 2-time defending champs and will go for its first state title in 95 years. That's right. 46-42 the final in this one. Over in Class D1, Fremont Bergen facing Elm Creek. Knights trying to make their first final in 5 years. In the second quarter, it's Bergen's Jake Ritter nailing the jumper. Fremont Bergen headed to the title game after a 56-39 victory. And tonight over in D2, Falls City Sacred Heart taking on Johnson Brock. The Irish without their leading scorer trying to make the title game for the second year in a row. The Irish's Drew Bippis gets the bucket and the Band-Aid, but it's Johnson Brock rallying for the victory in this one by a final score of 48-45. Also tonight, the UNO hockey team loses at North Dakota by a score of 2-1, and the Nebraska baseball team wins at 21st ranked Baylor by a score of 12-4. That's going to do it for us. Again, the Class A championship game tomorrow, Omaha South squaring off against Omaha Central. Reporting live at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Adam Kruger, 3 News Now Sports.